I think the phrase self care has been misunderstood for a long time. Somewhere along the way, it became bubble butts and candles and aesthetic routines. And while there's nothing wrong with those things, that's not what real self care is. At least, not in my opinion. Self care journal isn't about luxury, it's about adding more to your life. It's about performing wellness, it's about awareness. And that's a much quieter thing. When I think about what a self care journal is actually for, I think about the seasons where you feel stretched thin, where you're giving to everyone else, where your schedule feels full, where your thoughts feel scattered, when you're running on autopilot. Self care journaling is for the moments when you realize you haven't actually checked in with yourself in a while. Not check your to do list, not check your phone, not check other people's need. Check yourself. It's a pause. A self care journal creates structure around that pause. And structure matters. Because when you're overwhelmed, the last thing you want is another open ended decision. Blank pages can feel intimidating. What do I write? Where do I start? Is this deep enough? A structured self care journal removes that pressure. It gives you guided prompts, gentle questions, small reflections. Not to fix you, not to diagnose you, not to force a breakthrough, just to notice. And noticing is powerful. A self care journal is especially helpful in seasons where you feel burnt out. Not necessarily broken, not necessarily in crisis, just tired. Emotionally tired, mentally tired, physically tired. It's for when you don't need deep trauma processing. You need reconnection. You need to ask yourself simple questions like, how am I actually feeling? What drained me today? What restored me? What do I need more of? What do I need less of? Those aren't dramatic questions, but they're grounding. And sometimes, grounding is more important than intensity. Now, let me say something important. A self care journal is not for every season. If you're in a place where you need deep therapeutic processing, where you're unpacking trauma, where you're confronting heavy patterns, a light self care journal might feel surface level. And that doesn't mean it's bad, it just means it's not the right tool for that depth. Self care journaling is stabilizing. It's not meant to replace therapy, it's not meant to replace advanced mental health work, it's not meant to force shadow work. It's meant to help you stay connected to yourself in everyday life. It's maintenance. And maintenance doesn't get talked about enough. We talk about breakthroughs, we talk about rock bottoms, we talk about transformation, but we don't talk enough about sustaining. The self care journal helps you sustain. It helps you catch burnout before it turns into collapse. It helps you notice resentment before it turns into disconnection. It helps you notice exhaustion before it turns into shutdown. That's the real power of it, and it's subtle. Another thing, a self care journal is not for? It's not for perfection. If you're opening a journal expecting to write long, beautifully articulated reflections every single day, you're going to burn out. Self care journaling works best when it's simple. 5 minutes, one honest sentence, a quick check in. That counts. Skipping a day, that counts too. Because consistency isn't about perfection, it's about returning. I also think self care journaling is not for people who are looking for instant change. It's slow work, it builds awareness gradually. You don't usually finish a page and think, wow, everything is different now. Instead, over time, you start noticing patterns. You start realizing, I'm more irritable when I don't sleep. I feel calmer when I set boundaries. I feel drained when certain conversations. I feel energized after certain routines. That awareness changes behavior quietly. And quiet change is often the most sustainable kind. Now, there's something I've personally noticed. A lot of people don't need more intensity in their lives, they need gentleness. And a self care journal is gentle. It doesn't demand, it invites. It doesn't criticize, it observes. It doesn't rush you, it meets you. And I think that's why it works so well in certain seasons. If you're building in a rebuilding season, a recovery season, a burnout season, a I don't even know what I need season, a self care journal can be a safe starting place. But again, it's not everything, it's one tool. And choosing the right tool matters. If you expect a self care journal to deeply heal trauma, you'll feel disappointed. If you expect it to magically fix your schedule, you'll feel frustrated. If you expect it to replace hard conversations or therapy, you'll feel let down. But if you use it for what's actually designed for, awareness, connection, gentle check ins, maintenance, it can become something you return to over and over, not because you have to, but because it feels supportive. So if you're wondering whether a self care journal is right for you, I would ask, am I burned out? Am I disconnected? Am I pouring into everyone else without checking in with myself? Do I need something steady and gentle? If the answer is yes, that might be your season, and seasons are allowed to shift. You might start with self care, then move into deeper mental health exploration, then shift into manifestation when you feel stronger, then come back to self care when life gets heavy again. There's no hierarchy, there's no better, there's just alignment. And when a journal aligns with your season, it doesn't feel like another obligation, it feels like support. And support should feel supportive, not overwhelming, not performative, not exhausting, just steady, just present, just enough. That's what the self care journal is actually for.